Hello, it's my birthday in less than a week. I turn 20 on the 3rd of September, and you might be wondering why this is relevant, but birthdays, Christmases, and other events where we might gift cards or gifts have a huge environmental impact. So let's begin with cards. They are the 5th biggest cause to deforestation, and that's quite a lot. We destroy so many trees just to make cards that are going to be on show for about a week or two and then thrown in the bin. Cards are also plastic lined as well, so the ink and other things that are on there, we tend to have this plastic film that we tend to line it with. This then ends up in the environment at some point or another. We send a lot of our recycling to Asian countries, which is happening less now because more and more Asian countries are closing their borders to our recycling waste, which I do not blame them. We should be recycling our own rubbish in our own countries, not sending it to somebody else to do it for us. But at any point during this journey, the cards can end up in the environment, which then leak the oil into the environment and poison the animals. And then not just the animals, but that works its way up to the food chain to us. You might be thinking, oh, well, I'm safe. Well, no, you're not. There's plastic in the water. It's in all of our food. It doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter what you drink. It's everywhere, and we can't escape it at this point. So you have that issue. Then we tend to put plastic cellophane around the cards on top of that. Completely unnecessary plastic for God knows what reason, and if somebody dares tell me it's to protect the cards, that's not a good enough reason. In my opinion, they don't need that much protection. Just putting them in a box and then putting them on a shelf will do. And this plastic cellophane cannot be recycled. It has to go straight in our general curbside bin. And even if we put it in the recycling bin, when it gets to recycling centres, they will put them straight to landfill because it's not a plastic that is currently recycled. So you've got to think about the cause of this. 33% of cards aren't actually recycled as well in this country. I don't know what the statistics are for the rest of the world, but that's the statistics for this country. Which that 33%, when it ends up in landfill, is going to be releasing carbon emissions. If you check out one of the links that I posted earlier, it's got some, I was going to say fun facts, they're not fun facts, but they're quick and easy facts to read, and it tells you about the carbon emissions that are produced and the environmental impacts on cars, and I think that's really important to read. Now, there are alternatives to this. You can buy cars made from recycled materials, which is an excellent idea. However, they're still wrapped with plastic cellophane, which again, same issue, plastic cellophane ends up in the bin and goes straight to landfill. Another alternative is you can plant a tree in somebody's name. Now, when you do this, some of the companies tend to send a card that is made out of recycled materials and wrap it in a plastic cellophane that's made from plant-based materials, which is so much better. The plastic cellophane can go in your compost bin, the card can then go in your recycling bin. There are issues around using plant-based materials as well, but I'll cover that in another topic. I don't think it's relevant for this video just yet. And ultimately it's still better than the alternative plastic materials and the problems that they cause. You've also got to consider with cards, how personal are they really? On average, we will spend between 2 seconds and 5 minutes picking out a card for somebody. Where there are millions of copies of the same card and thousands of people on the same day are getting the same card as you. Is it really all that personalised? And even when you make a card online and personalise it, you still spend about the same amount of time doing that. So again, even a personalised card isn't that sentimental, it's not that personalised. You then put it up in your window or on your shelf and it's there for about 1 week, maybe even 2, and then you throw it away in the bin. And if you don't throw it in the bin straight away and keep it, you could end up throwing it in the bin at a later point anyway. At some point in its life, it's going to end up in the bin, and there's a good chance it might end up in landfill. So I would either do the plant a tree in somebody's name thing, or not get a card. Is it really that important? Truly. We have e-cards now. You could send a text, you can call, send a message, even a video. You could do a video. That's becoming a popular thing now, and send that to somebody. There are loads of ways to show that you appreciate and care about someone, and do it in a more in a more personalised manner. So I'm going to move on to gifts, and I've got some of my favourites here. So I've got this photo album. I love this. It's made from the leaves and bamboo. On the back as well, it's got leaves on the back, which I absolutely love. I think that's amazing. And on the front here, it's got a stick woven into it. The pages are made from recycled materials, and then I believe this is made from an organic natural material, this tissue paper. So that's really good. I bought this on Etsy. I absolutely love this. Another one I got, which I got from my mum, is a leather bound photo album. This leather is, again, made from recycled leather. So it's leather that was destined for landfill and was taken out. It comes in a organic cotton hessian sack. This was from Leatherkind. I think that's great. Again, the pages in this, quite a big book. Again, made from a recycled material, and the tissue paper in between the pages are made from a natural organic material as well. So I absolutely love this. I think it's absolutely great. We've got these photos that are stored in it. So that's another one. Another thing that I love, I got this purse. It's nice burgundy reddish colour. Got a slot in there for notes and a little bit for coins in there. This is from Etsy, from a shop on Etsy called Recycled Vegan. And this is made out of a recycled bouncy castle. Recycled Vegan makes loads of gifts and items, from inner tubes, bouncy castles, bits of cork, fire hoses, all sorts. And she makes like cycle bags and purses and wallets and backpacks and just lots of different things. So it's definitely worth giving her website, her shop on Etsy, a check. I found this at the Vegan Festival in Lincoln. Definitely a great place to visit if you're looking for sustainable alternatives to gifts and things. So I would definitely check out your local vegan festivals when they're happening. Again, eventually, even if you're not vegan, you don't have to be vegan to check these out. You do get loads of great businesses selling just general items made from natural materials. So another thing that I want to show you is this. So just for display purposes, it's just an empty box. I've wrapped it in a bit of material using the art of furoshiki. I've already posted a picture in one of the posts down below showing the different ways you can wrap items, and it's so much nicer. You can get lots of different coloured materials and they're reusable, which is fantastic, and they look really nice. I like these wraps that I get from Lush. So I've got this one that's on here, I've got this one here, I've got a few others. What I like about the materials from Lush is that they're made either from recycled bottles, or they're made from cotton that is grown in, now try and get my facts as right as I can on here because I can't quite remember it entirely properly, but they're grown in an area of Japan where the atomic bomb was dropped, and the cotton soaks up a lot of the radiation from the ground and puts nutrients back into it, or something like that. So essentially, growing the cotton there is actually really helpful for the environment in that area where the bomb was dropped. So yeah, definitely get something like that, or material made from natural materials. But either way, they're reusable. I look forward to the idea of one day we all wrap gifts in furoshiki and we gift them, and we don't ask for the materials back, and then we reuse the material again to wrap a gift for somebody else, and then the material travels to like lots of different people, and lots of different people get to see the same material. And you know, I think it's quite exciting seeing what material, the pattern of the material that your gift is wrapped in, and we basically create this circular cycle of gift wrap that doesn't need to be wasted. Because again, wrapping paper is another issue with gift giving. You wrap it up, it's ripped up in maybe about 5 seconds, less if you're really eager to get into your gift. And then it's thrown in the bin. And again, wrapping paper is another thing that tends to be plastic lined and has a lot of issues around it. So using furoshiki and cloth to wrap your presents in. You could even use scrap pieces of cloth that are like a plain colour or have a nice pattern, and you cut them up and make them all neat, and wrap items in them. So yeah, lots of useful things you can do there. There are plenty of other sites as well where you can buy sustainable gifts. You can plant a tree in somebody's name, you can adopt an animal, or sponsor a charity in somebody's name, or donate a bit of money in somebody's name. Another thing you can do, which I think is an excellent idea for gift giving, is check out charity shops, sorry. Check out charity shops, or look for second-hand items, because you're giving a second life to something that somebody else doesn't want. So definitely do that. I think that's all there is to it, really. I think I've covered everything, hopefully. But yeah, so definitely skip the card. I'm gift giving. There's lots of sustainable alternatives. I have posted a few links to some of my favourite places to shop for gifts, as well as for other things as well. Etsy is a fantastic network of shops where people make items out of recycled gifts. I've gifted earrings made from recycled washers, and they're really pretty, and there's lots of other things. You can get jewellery. One thing I gifted my stepdad was these cufflinks made to look like racing bikes. They were made from the spokes of a bike, which for him is quite personalised, because he likes going on his road bike. He's done a charity cycle ride once. He watched his Tour de France. My brother, who is also very much into his bike, I gifted him it was a bit of bike chain wrapped around a washer, all recycled again, into the form of a keyring, and it's actually the only gift I've given him. He's actually appreciated. Anything else I tend to gift him, he tends to hate and gets left. But he actually really appreciates that one. My dad, I was able to gift him a wash bag made from a World War II tent, which my dad was in the army, and his granddad fought in the Second World War. So you can really get some seriously personalised gifts when they're made from second-hand items, because of what they were before. They were made into something new. Such as the World War II tent made into wash bags, and the bicycle spokes and the chain and lots of other things like that. So it can be they can be really, really personalised as well, and it's more personalised than anything you can buy brand new. So definitely check that out. And for my birthday coming up, I already knew this. My mum is getting me a spinning wheel from a charity shop, which is absolutely unbelievably amazing. You might be wondering why I'm interested in the spinning wheel. It's quite an old-fashioned thing. Well, I want to be able to spin my own wool and my own natural fibres to make my own items. At the moment I've got some woolen yarns made from cotton, and I'm making pillowcases because on some of my cushions the cases have finally kind of started to fall apart and need replacing. So instead of buying new ones made from plastic based fibres, I'm making them out of natural materials. I also have some of my own dog's fur as well. I've seen before people have made pieces of clothing and other things from the dog's coats. So I already started with a drop spindle, spinning some of my dog's fur with a bit of sheep's wool, and I plan to make something nice out of that. A spinning wheel will be a little bit easier. It will be a bit of a learning curve, but I look forward to it. And there's nothing wrong with old-fashioned crafts either. They're sometimes the best and most sustainable. So yeah, essentially, don't get cards, gift second-hand or sustainable items, and please, if the only thing you take away is the art of furoshiki, please do it, because I am so excited by this prospect. I think this is absolutely amazing and quite an excitable idea for everybody to be doing this. I will be so thrilled if we start spreading the art of furoshiki for gift giving. So please, if that's the only thing you take away from this video, please do that more than anything else. Alright, thanks for watching and goodbye.